Tekken. It's a fighting game, one of the oldest fighting games and one of the best. But if you ever took a moment to like look at the lore of the game of Tekken, it's one of the most craziest and weirdest lores I've ever seen. But I fucking love it so fucking much. I mean, let's go from Tekken 1 all the way to Tekken 7, I guess, because, you know, Tekken 8 is coming out soon, so I might as well talk about, you know, the lore from that point. So Tekken 1 start with this guy named Kazuya, and he's like, apparently he got thrown off a cliff by his old man because his old man apparently doesn't like kids or something like that. Well, the truth is he thought his son had a devil gene, but, you know, they kind of retconned that in Tekken 7, and he goes back for revenge. And you look at the game, you know, Kazuya is like a Ryu character, but an asshole, because, you know, once he beats his father in the goddamn game, he ends up becoming the main villain in Tekken 2, and Heihachi is now the protagonist of Tekken 2, and now he's the one that has to beat Kazuya. And basically throughout all the video games, it's just like this family squabble between who's the shittiest man. You know, you got Kazuya, who was good and then Heihachi was shitty, and then Kazuya became shittier, and then you had Tekken 3 with Jin Kazama, who was the son of Kazuya and Jun, who ends up becoming like a villain in fucking Tekken 6 and starts the whole world war. And then in Tekken 7, it goes back to Heihachi and Kazuya being shitty to themselves. And apparently Tekken 8, we now realize that the shittiest of the shitties is Kazuya Mishima. That is the shittiest of the shitties. And I've always was like surprised of how Kazuya even landed June. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, he's like a fucking demon and she's like an animal activist. And apparently these two connected over something very weird. You know what Kazuya could be? He could be a fucking pickup artist. Okay, I can see it right now. He's just like, you want bitches? Be a demon. And then, if you look at the other characters of the series, they all have their own lore. Their own lore is like weird itself. You got this guy named Paul, who apparently was like pretty fucking strong throughout Tekken 1 to 3. He even beat the main villain in Tekken 3. He came to a stalemate with Kazuya in Tekken 1, but he's now a joke. You got Martial Law, who's like basically the guy who's, you know, the typical Bruce Lee copycat that almost every fucking, I would say, in some form of Japanese media have. You got Martial Law, Bruce Lee. You got that guy from Dead or Alive. I don't know his name, but I do know that game has girls with very big titties in it, so I know that. But this guy kind of sucks, unfortunately. He has a business that keeps failing and failing and failing. He has a son named Forest Law. Why would you name your son Forest? I don't know. Why is his name Marshall? What does Marshall even mean? You know, when I think of Marshall, I think of Marshall Thurgood or like Marshall Matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that... Did Harada was like listening to Eminem and was like, I think Marshall be a good name. Was Eminem even around when Tekken 1 came out? I don't think so. And then we have who you got? Lily. She's a rich white girl. Then you got Jack, who in every iteration of the game, Jack is like fucking remade, remodeled into like a new version of it. There was a story with him and his little girl. I think they died or they didn't die, but he came back. Very weird, very weird. You got Brian Fury, who's immortal apparently, and him and Yoshimitsu got beef. Okay, these two characters got beef. Listen, okay, what's beef? Beef is when you kill the doctor that gave you immortality, and now a ninja space ninja is coming to kill you. That's beef. Okay, the Biggie Tupac, watch out. Okay. Brian Fury and Yoshimitsu got the beef. Speaking of beef, you also have Asuka, who is apparently a family member of June, but have the same last name, but Jin doesn't know, apparently, even though he's like, I mean, he did land in her titties in Tekken 5, but, you know, I guess you can't tell that you're related from landing in a girl's titties, so I can't blame him from that. But yeah, she has beef with Lily, and but their beef is more funny. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like high school girls, high school delinquent girls fighting each other and having a good time. So it's nothing too serious. Then you got the beefest of beefs, the biggest of beefs, the beefs that beats all beefs. Anna Williams and Nina goddamn Williams. These two girls have been going at this shit for just as long as the fucking Mishimas have at this point. You know, I'm like, listen, apparently Tekken 8 is supposed to end the Mishima bloodline. I think Nina Williams and Anna Williams could pick this up, man. You know, look, next thing you know, Anna Williams, the reason why Anna Williams is such a fucking crazy person, she got a demon gene too. You know, you make her a succubus or something, you know what I'm saying? And she's trying to like seduce all the men. And Nina Williams is like, I don't think so, ho. And they just start scrapping and scrapping. So apparently their dad died, and something with their dad, and they became spies working for like different companies or some shit. And since then they just been like punching and kicking each other all the time. Very, very weird. But for every game, did every game have Nina Williams in it? I think so. I think every game had Nina Williams in it. But for some reason they started taking Anna out at Tekken 7 and stuff like that. But you know, keep their beef going. Keep their beef going. You also got goddamn fucking talking kangaroos in this bitch, right? Goddamn talking fucking kangaroos in this motherfucker. Roger, and you got Roger Jr., who's with his mother. So, you know, the character should be his mom, but apparently not. And apparently Roger was cheating on Rogers Jr.'s mom, and you know, they beat him up, and then all of a sudden she started having a relationship with a dinosaur. I'm like, bro, Harada is for interspecies relationships, okay? You can't have a fucking talking dinosaur fucking kangaroo, bro. Like, what type of child will even come out of that? Some fucking like horror movie or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But Harada doesn't care, okay? Don't ask him for shit. Then we have the two capoeira specialists, Eddie Gordo and Christy Montero. And I tell you what, I remember when I was a young man, Tekken 4, bro. I'm getting old. Tekken 4, okay? I didn't play that game that much, but that opening and Christy Montero moving her hips, woo! What? Oh, that clip had me. And it's funny because the graphics are horrible. But I was super young and super full of cum. Okay, I was like, oh my god, Christy Montero was fine. She is fine. Oh my god. Yes. Is she a copycat Eddie Gordo, and Eddie Gordo is the original guy? Yes. I do not care. Christy Montero is fine. She is fine. Okay? They need to bring her ass back for Tekken 7. Oh, my bad. Tekken 8. Okay, they need to bring her ass back for Tekken 8. Bring back Christy Montero. She is the Tekken's version of Laura Matsuda. Okay? Remember Street Fighter? Okay? I know. Listen. Okay? I am a dirty person. I don't know why I'm talking about these fictional female characters like this. I love how Tekken can be very, very serious at some times and then be very silly. Okay, you got the Mishimas, you got the Ann Williams people, and then you have the most lovely relationship in the Tekken series that goes unappreciated all the time, and that is Kuma and Panda. Okay, Kuma and Panda. Kuma has been trying to get at Panda's cheeks for the longest, and he cannot get it. Okay, he can't get it. And every game I buy, I'm just waiting to see how, you know, what's Kuma's new plan to get at these cheeks. You know what I mean? And you know, I love it. I love the Tekken lore. It's ridiculous. It's silly. It's serious. It's sad. Okay, it's everything. It's everything you want and everything you don't want, and that's what makes it great. If you're looking to get into Tekken, I recommend it. Okay, I give Tekken lore Kuma out of Kuma. Okay, it's it's fucking dumb, man. It's fucking stupid. I love it, and I can't wait for Tekken 8. I want to see what they do with it. Hoping for a good time. Oh, and Horong's my favorite character, and he's like the Sasuke to Jin, and he like lost his eye in Tekken 7, but then he got it back in Tekken 8. I don't know. Harada, I think you have a lore problem there. Maybe you want to fix that.
Don't ask me, Hoshet, okay?